Hello and welcome to Zeke's Creations. Today I am streaming the second part of my LEGO Daily Bugle build. Right here you can see my progress from the last stream. Firstly, you can see the minifigures. And then there's the taxi. Here's another minifigure, Sandman, with a build for his base. And then the Daily Bugle itself, this is just the first floor. As you can see, a lot of detail, and the door can slide. You can see a bit of the interior detail. And this wall can pull away. So this is bags 1 through 5 of 16. And now I'm ready to go and start on bag number 6. Firstly, to this side are some of the parts that do not come in the bags. These are kept separate. So I've set those there. Now I'm going to set the minifigures and the taxi off to one side and push the Daily Bugle back, because I will not need those yet. So here are bag 6. This is the beginning of the second floor. So these are all the parts for bag 6. I'm actually going to pull these newspapers out so they don't get scratched up. But each one is a unique print, and they'll all be added onto this floor. I'll just set them back here for the moment. And now I can begin the build for the second floor. Firstly, there's one minifigure in this bag. This is Robbie Robertson. And he has a second face print. So now I will begin on the actual second floor. Thank you, Chadwin. I got this set and thought it could make some great content and some people would enjoy it. So this will form the base for the second floor. Thank you, Chadwin, for the comment. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the complete set. I think this will probably be 3 to 4 streams, depending on how fast I can do it. And it does appear I tend to build a bit slower while streaming, but I don't mind that much. Hey there, Tammy. Thank you for joining the stream. No, Hobby Lobby actually didn't have any brand name Lego. They only had knockoffs, which I think I've already done a video about why I despise them. But Walmart did have some new ones, and Miss Kayla actually, as a very belated birthday present, got me 2 sets. They're right over here. So here's a little botanical one, Happy Plants, with those pots. And then here's a Harry Potter one. It's a potions classroom. But I didn't really want her spending that much money on me, but she insisted, and I'm very thankful to her for getting me those. So I'll probably have videos up about those sometime in the next couple weeks. Sorry, Tammy, I'm a bit tired right now. Do you mean, like in backgrounds of videos or my channel banner? So here I'm starting on the carpet. This will be the, I think, main reporter room. It'll be like more of an office area. Do you mean this? Once again, sorry, I'm tired and I may not be my brain may not be thinking working as quickly. I think they'll be a bit big for that, but I could probably find some fun ways to do stuff like that. I could try scaling them down with my own bricks or something. I already plan to do a lot of fun modifications to this set. In case you missed them, I have a bunch of Spider-Man minifigures in the back. There are 3 of these that are from a collectible series. I have not gotten all 12 yet, just 3. But once I have all 12, I'm gonna get all 12 onto the set. Like, I'll start not long after the set's complete. But I'm gonna do a whole series of videos adding those collectible Spider-Man minifigures to the set in fun ways. And then I also have a Christmas-themed Spider-Man and another Spider-Man villain that I'm gonna add as well. And those will probably be short-form content, except for maybe one of them, because they're not really going to be too much. Though, once I'm done with all of it, I may put it all together in one big video. I haven't quite decided yet. It really depends on how they come out in the end. That finishes off the tiling for the carpet of this second floor. I believe I'm now going to build these the back wall and the right wall. This is the elevator doors for the second floor. They're going to match up with the ones on the first floor in the same area. This is the elevator buttons. And now I'm going to start on the fire escape. So this is the first section of the fire escape. And it's just going to go on right here. got a bit of an angle on it when I push down to secure it. It launched away. That's a lot better. So this is going to be the second section of fire escape. And that piece of fire escape just slots in right there. And as you can see, it lines up with the ladder below. So I'm going to put on 2 of these printed pieces, which will be the arrows for the elevator. So here I'm going to add these, which will separate some newspapers, which I'm about to go find. It appears I need this one, and this one, which they are Doc Ock still at large, Spider-Man no more, and Time Scare, which that one appears to have the silhouette of Green Goblin on it. And then here there's another Nelson Murdoch Win Big Lawsuit, so it's a reference to Daredevil. And that just goes in a stack of newspapers on the floor right over here. And then just adding a little beer bottle and bucket. And then there are just going to be these 4 chairs around. And I believe I'm going to build up the desks soon. Yeah, these 3 are the beginnings of the desks. They're just supposed to represent some drawers. And this is going to be the desktops. So this step requires another newspaper. It's another one of the ones that says no crime, no thanks to Spider-Man-ness. And it's going to be another stack of newspapers. And then there are 3 of these little printed keyboard pieces. A little mug, and then a coffee thermos type piece. I believe this is actually my first one. It's a cool little piece. And now I'm going to begin on the monitors. So I'm going to need a sticker here. It's going to be this one in the corner. I think I got it on there pretty well. And I'll just place the monitor right over here. And then I have a little lamp build. And it's going to go on the other side of the desk. And now I'm going to start on the central pillar that will be holding a lot of television screens and monitors. So basically a lot of stickers. Okay, before the stickers, I actually put on some newspapers. First we have Who is Spider-Man? It goes right there. Then it has Spider-Man Finally Unmasked. It will go on the back side. Here's Rhino Escapes from Zoo. It's going to go on the right side. And then the last one is City Power Blackout. We need Electro. So referencing the villain Electro there. He does not come in this set, but I have some other variants of him. I may add them at some point, but they wouldn't stay because they are in some other sets I keep on display. And now we have the stickers. A lot of them. There are going to be 6 in this one step. So we are going to start out with sticker number 17 right there. It's going to go on the monitor right here. It's a bit lopsided, but it's good enough. Then sticker number 18 right there. It's going to go on the opposite side. Then sticker number 15, there will be 2 of these. That one went on pretty well. Then on the opposite side right here, there will be the second one. So that's the second sticker number 15. Now I have 2 sticker number 16. And then I will be done with the stickers for this step. That one went on pretty good. Just one more now. There we go, they all went on pretty well. I'm gonna have to step away for a moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Had my sister come up to the door of the building. So there's the completed tower in the center, the pillar. And it's gonna go on right here. And so 2 of those actually act as the monitors to go with desks. And now to finish off bag number 6, just going to build another chest of drawers. Just a simple little chest of drawers, and they're going to go right there. So that is the end of bag number 6. I'm going to go grab bag 7. Real quick first though, I'm going to get the extra parts from bag number 6 into this container. Now I'll get these parts poured out. So here's bag number 7. There's just one minifigure in this bag. And that is Ben Urich. And he has a second face print. So here I'm going to add a functioning chest of drawers to the floor over here. And then here's a little like postal, almost mailbox type piece. I'll go right there. Now we're going to smooth off the top of that, except for a couple exposed studs which will likely hold items on top. Yeah, so right here you have a box of donuts with a little printed donuts in it. Then there is a simple coffee maker that uses a minifigure head. Actually, not maker coffee pot, but uses a minifigure head for the pot, and a little claw piece for the handle. Now I'll go there, and then a mug. Now I'll go right there. And then this is going to be a little water purifier. That went that that went all the way off the table. Just forgot a little piece right in there. Here's the finished water purifier. And that will go just right there. And now I need 30 of these. So now I have to create 5 pillars with these. So here are the completed pillars. So you can now add them all in. This right here is, this beam is going to help hold some of this together until I get more structure on top. I now need 28 of these and 70 of these. So there's 20 of these, and I'll just grab the glass panes from the tray, because I'm not counting out the 70. So I'm going to need 14 of these. Last one. So now I'm going to put these 14 glass pillars into these empty window spaces. This one's having a bit of trouble going in. And now I see why. I had it upside down. I think that might fix it. And that's all the glass panes set in. Now I'm going to secure them, because right now they are very flimsy. So that for the most part secures those. Now I'm going to build a upper layer to the central pillar. And so that sits right there and connects it to the wall. And now I add these to secure it to the other walls. And I can put this in the back to fill in that gap. And that is the end of bag 7. So that is most of that's basically the base of the second floor. Now bag 8 is just gonna flesh it out. I'm gonna get these extra pieces in my little container here. And I'll go grab bags 8. So there are actually 3 bags for 8. So I'll get these all opened up. Okay, so that's bags 8 open. And there's actually one extra part not found in those bags for this. It is this. This is an 8x16 tile. And toward the end of the bag, I have to place this sticker on there. I think of all the stickered parts that should have been printed in this set, that is the one. I am really hoping I don't screw that up. And there's one minifigure in this bag. This is Black Cat. And she has a second face print. And now I get back to building up the second floor. Tregs8969, the build is going really well right now. I think so far I've made good progress. It's just this bag I'm having a bit of trouble right now finding parts because they're all so similar. But as I get further into it, it'll get a lot easier. Like right now I'm finishing up the second floor. Yeah, there's some being the same color, there's also some of just so many. All these windows here, that was 70 windows in one step. And this right here, having these tiled in, is actually going to be up here. From now on, the floors will be thinner. So it'll be about that thick. So that's why I'm adding those there. Yeah, actually, you know what? Real quick, I'm gonna look in the at the end of the instruction booklet and see how many there will be. Let's see. Trying to find the translucent ones. This is like 90% gray parts. Oh wait, I was missing one. There are 347 of these pieces in the set, but it makes a lot of sense. This thing is, it is a skyscraper with a lot of windows. So I imagine I can imagine how many the Avengers Tower has. I'm hoping, like, there's no guarantees that I can get it, but I'm hoping I can get it before the end of the next year, because it's actually retiring then. I don't understand why they're having the other ones, the other Marvel modulars, retire so quickly. But next year, both the X-Mansion and the Avengers Tower are retiring, which will leave them with, like, a roughly 2-year lifespans, which seems kind of short, considering this one is retiring after 4 years. Yeah, for me, those are some of the top ones. Though actually, for me, it was more like this and Rivendell are like top 2. I'm really not sure about top 3. There is one coming soon, though. Pictures have just leaked, which may take a spot on one of my top lists. It is the Creel house from Stranger Things. And, like, if you look it up, you can find the pictures. It's going to be coming on January 1st, and I can't wait. It looks so cool. It's going to be $300, though, which is, like, it's like, I don't know, I think $50 over what it should be. But I'm probably going to pick it up if I have the chance. Anyway. Because the last Stranger Things set I missed out on, the one with minifigures, and it now goes for, like, twice retail. Yeah, I'm really happy that LEGO has finally returned to Stranger Things before Season 5. Because I found it really stupid that they decided to stop it after the show got violent. I just kind of wish the set came out before Season 5 so I could try to get it and build it while I'm watching the finale or something. But it's enough that I can actually, that they'll actually have a set. Yeah, I did think the main figures looked a bit lackluster, but they did throw in 13, so they're not going to go for a lot. It's not as bad as some of them, like Avengers Tower, which has 38 figures, if I remember correctly, and only a couple of them have any sort of, like, good printing, and most of them are reuses and stuff. I found that's like one of the laziest sets I've seen. And Vecna, it's really blurry, but he looks really good. I like that they made a new mold for his hand. I was really hoping if they ever did that, they'd actually make a mold instead of just doing something lazy. I'm also hoping for a Baxter building sometime next year. Specifically a Fantastic Four First Steps design. I have to go get the ladder out of the way to put that one on. Here I'm adding the railing to the back of the roof where it's gonna move in, and so I'll be able to pose some figures right here. This is the second floor right now, and so far it's going along pretty well. I'm getting the rear railing, and then I think once I'm done with that, I'm going to build the front, which is the removable front. Which I have a friend who has a set, and he told me that one of the first things he did when he finished the set was pick it up to move it, and he forgot about those, and they are held on only by a couple studs, and so one of the first things he had to do after he built it was rebuild it. So I'm going to try to avoid that mistake at the end by putting this all in a box to bring inside, because right now I'm in a building separate from our house, so I have to transport this inside when I'm done. And another thing about the Creel house that I really liked was there's actually somebody, forget their name, on YouTube. A couple of months ago, they dropped their UCS Millennium Falcon, which took them 25 hours to build the first time. And so recently they put up a video where they finally fixed it. They said it took them like 3 weeks or something. It took them 45 hours to get it back together because of all the collecting parts and taking apart and sorting everything. I'm really hoping to avoid that with this. I also have cats to worry about. I've got 3 cats, 2 which constantly are rubbing against everything in my room. Yeah, with the tie interceptor, that sounds like it was a nightmare. Yeah, I can't really do that with the cats. Two of them have already claimed my room, basically. And it's where they're safe from our dogs, because our dogs bark at them basically everywhere else. And so this, I'm probably going to build some sort of, like, wood case or whatever. That will make it hard for them to jump up on my dresser where it'll be. That'll probably be the best solution to keep them away from it. So far, it's a miracle they haven't knocked over my others. Though, honestly, though, this is my biggest one so far, so the other ones aren't as bad. I think the worst thing I've had them do is walk on top of my Hogwarts castle and grounds. And there were several spires and stuff that took a while to find, and one of them I didn't even find for like several months. I honestly forgot it was missing. But like, it was knocked all the way from my shelf under, like way under piles of stuff below that I was sorting through. And yeah, that's been the worst thing they've done so far. I bet they'll top that very much, like by a lot, once this is complete. They'll somehow manage to do something. Yeah, got my fingers crossed. I may have to do a video if I do end up making a case for Sid, and I may have to make a video for that. But another thing that I really liked about the Creel house when I first saw the leaks was how they managed it upside down. Because when I first heard the set and I didn't know anything about the price or whatever, my first thought was actually Creel house. But then I heard about the price, and I thought that there's no way they're gonna do that at that price range because of the upside down and all. Because I was hoping they'd do the same thing they did with the original set. So then all the rumors turned to the radio station in the trailers, and like, I didn't think it would be as cool, but I thought it would work and stuff, and it would still be a really good set. And then I saw the videos, and I really like how it falls apart, and I'm hoping that's like a play function, and so you can like press a lever or something, and it'll fall apart like that. But so here is the completed second floor, aside from the front window section, panel, or whatever. And so this is going to go on right here. So I'm going to try to be careful with this so I show it a bit. Yeah, like, it doesn't seem like it'll have much of an interior anyways. And now I can lower that fire escape. Yeah, like, I think it's a bit overpriced at 300 for 2,500 pieces, but that's basically what you have to deal with for any set now. And so I think the front will probably take most of the parts, and so you'll end up with a bit of interior, and then some sort of mechanism to make it fall apart. And now I'm starting on this front panel, and thank you. I'm loving the set so far. And so far it's definitely worth the $350. Here's the next window step. This is 36 in this step. Yeah, Vecna, he is a full figure, and I kind of wish they did a head mold to add more texture to the tentacles and stuff. But it does appear they did a mold for the hand, and so far it's really blurry images, so you can't tell that well. But like I'm very happy that they didn't just do something brick built for the hand. That was the biggest thing, because the head they can get away with doing printed, but the hand that's such a big part of the character and stuff, and it would just look wrong if they didn't include that. Yeah, I can't wait to get better pictures so we can know how well they pulled it off. Which I bet now that it's been leaked and stuff, we'll probably get a reveal sometime in the next month or so. Because like they're probably gonna push up the reveal a bit. Sometimes it seems like they do that with sets, because it feels like some sets are revealed way too early. I also find it kind of odd sometimes how long they wait to reveal collector's sets. Like, some of them have been like a week before in the past, which I don't understand. I think you should give some time to build up hype for what's in it. Alright, so I'm going to need to build 4 of these. I'll have to pull up a picture in a minute to try and remember. I'll just finish up these window panes and then I'll see if I can get it up on my phone. Well, now you got me curious, so I'm gonna have to check. I bet you can also look up character lists, because it's probably been out long enough for people to go through and do that. So that's all 4 panes finished. Now I'm going to see if I can get enough service out here to pull out the picture. Oh, I think the character you're talking about is 11. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Don't worry, I do stuff like that all the time. No. I'm glad that they're including at least some dual mode legs, and if I remember correctly, I think Vecna does have printed legs and stuff. So even though not all of them are going to get it, there's going to be at least some. I think I was counting it up on the box, and only 2 characters in this set get printed, and only 4 get dual molded. So even a slightly older set like this wasn't doing too great on that. Though there's Sandman, so that I guess you could count that as a special molded or something, but still, wish they could have done more. I find it disappointing sometimes seeing how little effort they put into minifigures in some sets, especially like as I said earlier, the Avengers Tower. They put all this money into getting so many minifigures, and like that was a big selling point and stuff, when most of them just aren't worth it. And the few good ones are, you know, locked behind the $500 price tag, which like I do enjoy. I do enjoy exclusive figures, and I do totally understand doing them. But the few that were exclusive, like except for I think like Vision and the Ultron, are like maybe a couple others. Most of them are now in other sets, which it was such a stupid choice to do that. And they did the same thing with Captain Rex. Putting him in a $13 set after the what $650 Venator. Yeah, like Marvel, which is one of my favorites, is now lately just been getting pricier and less for your money, especially minifigures wise. And then another one of my favorites, Jurassic World, has just been raising its prices like crazy. Though they are finally doing several collectibles. Yeah, the Captain Rex is one of the stupidest examples. But yeah, next year there's actually going to be 2 18 plus Jurassic World sets, and I'm really hoping one of them is finally a Jurassic Park Visitor Center. There's just a good chance, even if it is, they don't really give you good stuff, like good minifigures and all. Yeah, I'm hoping to get that one soon. I believe that one's also retiring at the end of the next year too. They're pumping out so many sets, they're making the really good ones retire quickly. That's another problem. Because I love all the sets. I just think they should last longer on shelves. Like right now I have a list of several very expensive sets that I want to try to get before the end of the year next year, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Let's see, I may have a missing piece in here. But yeah, I am hoping to get that big T-Rex soon, though. Let's see, I think I'm missing a piece here, so what I'm going to do is just reach into a container I have next to me for the right piece. It probably will get loud. Yeah, I totally agree. Like as I said, Avengers Tower, that's going to have slightly over a year 2-year shelf life, and X-Mansion is going to be slightly under 2 year, which should not happen. And I think the Sanctum Sanctorum had even shorter. Yeah, that's the reason, and it's getting really bad. You're not getting as good, and you don't have as much time to get the more mediocre sets. Here's the right piece. Yeah, so I do believe that the Creel House is a step in the right direction. Even though it's overpriced, it's an actual good set and has some decent minifigures. Even though not all of them are as detailed as they probably should be. If they keep up stuff like that, then they might actually get they might get back to being like the good years before and stuff, when you actually got sets with good shelf life and really good figures and value. So here I'm almost finished up with this front panel. I just need to add these, and then I'm going to be on to the most nerve-wracking part of the set. The massive billboards down the front. With those stickers, including one on this 8x16. This is bag 8, so I have 8 bags left, so I'm halfway through the set. I'll probably try to cram in one more, though before I do that, I'll probably have to do my Duolingo lesson for the night, so I don't lose my streak. I just thought of that earlier. I have like almost 250 day streak. I think their system was messing up. So I think what happened, I was missing a 1x2. Look at this. I should not have any of these left. Well, we can both get them done. Currently I'm doing French, but I have Spanish and Greek, and I just sort of swap between them every couple months. Because if I do them at the same time, I get confused and mix them up. And I'm not too great at any of them yet. It's just a bit at a time. Though I'm going to take a college level Spanish class in the summer, in the spring. But basically, as I was saying, I was missing a 1x2 plate. So what happened is their weighing machines messed up and gave me a 1x12 instead of a 1x10 and a 1x2. So I'm gonna have to go try to find a 1x10. I probably should have some. I have a whole container of plates right next to me and bins that of just unsorted brick under the table and everywhere. The back of my table is covered in sets that I just don't have a spot for right now. Yeah, I have some friends learning German. I hope to do that in the future, but I think 3 languages is enough right now. And right now, I'm having trouble finding a 1x10 in the light bluish gray. So right now, I'll just substitute for a dark bluish gray. And later, I bet I'll find one, because as I said, bins everywhere. My stuff is a mess. Like, I have 2 sets, a couple boxes, a whole bin of just minifigure stuff, and a Lego guitar I built hidden in the back. But right now, let's get this finished up so I can keep up my Duolingo streak. Yeah, I'm not sure why I committed myself to 3, but I have, so I'm too stubborn to stop. So, sticker time. My hands are sweaty. It's just in anticipation for these. I think I'll tackle the worst one first. This is the biggest sticker I've ever had to place on a set. Yeah, it is my least favorite part of Legos. By far. Like, this at least should have been printed. These large ones. Though, I don't know if you know Tiago Caterino. I watch his videos. He used to be a Lego designer. And he says he hates stickers too, but there's some stuff behind the scenes about designers are only allowed to do so many prints in a set, which I do not understand why they'd put a limit. Especially for premium sets like this. But apparently designers can only do so many, so they have to make a decision. I think the decision here was kind of stupid. I would have preferred to put on newspaper stickers, but instead of this, but it's fine. And there we go. I think that went on pretty straight and pretty good. Well, they used to do, didn't they do all the UCS Star Wars sets like this before? Up until recently, when finally all the outrage got them to switch it. Like, I'm very happy that they start printing those. I just wish they could have gone back and switched it to printing to sets like this. Okay, so this one. Okay, this side one went on really well too. Thank you. Now I have just one more. And that'll leave me with only, like, that's most of the set, the stickers in the set finished with this. That started a bit lopsided, and it's looking a bit better. There we go. Well, I have so many sets around. I've had decent amount of experience. I still get some bad ones, but somehow these ones came out good. I'm very happy. If I messed them up, I would have been forced to spend a stupid amount of money ordering the stuff, because I never could have just had it sitting like that. So that just goes on like that. And that looks really good. And now I can pull this forward and I slot it on. And there we go. This thing is getting pretty hefty right now. And it's looking really good. So real quick, I'm going to go get my Duolingo lesson done, and then I'll move on to bag 9 in the beginning of the 3rd floor, because that completely finished the 2nd. You know, while I do my Duolingo lesson, I'll go ahead and pull out the other bags, because it actually, inside, it separates half of the set in another box, so you don't have to sort all the bags when you first get it. There's one of bag 9. Sorry if it's really loud. I'm about to move the box away so you don't hear the bags right next to it. Yeah, I sometimes learn some interesting ones. I am forgetting some of the worst ones right now, but I know I've got some interesting ones recently. And I just finished mine. I just did a quick little listen one. I now have a 228-day streak. Okay, thanks. I'll probably end this stream off with at the end of bag 9, and then I'm gonna schedule the next one for 9 tomorrow. My time, Central US time. I'll put it up when I'm done tonight. But thank you for sticking with me so long. I really enjoyed chatting with you. And you can already see I'm tired. I'm pouring the parts onto the table, not into the tray. So yeah, definitely good to wrap up after this one. Okay, so this bag has one minifigure, and it is Mysterio. I think I may have a more detailed one somewhere. I may have to go collect that one and replace this one. I'll have to go confirm, though. But here he is. Once again, he's not too detailed, but nice inclusion. And now I can begin building the third floor. I'm learning French, Spanish, and Greek, but I split it up. I just every couple of weeks to months I switch from one to the other, because it was stupid of me to try so many to begin with, but now that I've committed myself to it, I can't do them at the same time, or I get them confused. But I'm gonna commit more to Spanish in spring, because I'm gonna take a college level class online for dual enrollment. It's gonna be Spanish 101. So we'll see how far I take that. I do plan to try to get somewhat proficient at it in as many of the other languages as I can that I'm learning. I was going on autopilot there and accidentally added one that wasn't even in the instructions. So it looks like this right here is going to be the base for the elevator on this floor, though I do question how it migrated. If you look at it from here, the elevator's right here, and now it's going to be here. So I don't know if they're supposed to be Sons or Holly or whatever. Like, it already doesn't really exist, but I find that a bit interesting. I bet they got pretty far into the process, realized, and then just they were too far to worry about that. Is there any specific reason I should try to keep up more with French? Like, I already am trying. That's the one I'm currently learning the most of. But I'm just wondering if there's anything specific about that. And so this right here, this floor is going to be, I believe, Peter Parker's office and just a hallway. So this over here is going to be Peter Parker's office. So this right here is going to be the third section of the fire escape. Yeah, I see. Yeah, like, that's... I'm sort of learning it partially because there's actually a friend of mine who started learning it, and I thought, well, that might be fun. And then I've been learning Spanish because of more Spanish-speaking populations in the U.S. and all. And so that's why I'm going to be taking the college level class in the spring to try to get myself more proficient in that. and then when I'll either take probably either dual enrollment or actual college class when I get to college. I'll probably do some French. Don't believe Greek is too common in classes. And here's the elevator doors, the migrating elevator doors. But yeah, I believe Spanish and French are like the two most common ones you'll find, and I've been told I'm probably not gonna have much luck with Greek, so I'll probably have to stick with Duolingo and other like at-home courses. I actually do have one book that I've not been keeping up with too well. It's just a little book to help me learn how to read the New Testament in Greek, because I actually do have a New Testament in the Greek language, and that's one of the reasons I started learning Greek, so I could actually read that. And so that's pretty cool. I'm hoping I can get caught back up with that soon. So this door is going to open to that balcony on the second floor. Thank you. Okay, so this is going to be the fourth section of the fire escape. And so that'll go right in there. And this right here will be for opposing minifigures on the side. Thank you. It was nice having someone to talk to, and the third part I'm planning for tomorrow at 9 Central US time. I'm gonna post it on my YouTube right after this stream is over. So I hope you can join me tomorrow for that. So this is a clever little exit sign. Goes right above this door. And these are little printed arrow pieces for the elevator. And once again, showing how tired I am, I forgot to tile off the tops of the fire escape sections. So I'll get that done. And I believe once I have those done, that is the end of bag 9. It was a pretty quick bag. But I should probably avoid breaking into bag 10. So I don't get caught up in anything else. So that's the end of bag 9. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the stream here. Just gonna set that up here for the moment. Or not, it's not fitting too well. It'll work better once it's done, but let's get a quick look at what has been accomplished so far. You can already see how much that sags and how loose it's going to be. It's going to be a nightmare keeping the cats from messing that up. That dumpster fell off while I was showing it. So that's it so far. Then you got Sandman, his old build, which can just go on right there. You got the taxi. And then you have the various minifigures. I'm going to try to go down the list before I end off the stream. You have Aunt May. Grabbing the box because I don't know some of these. Ron Barney. Amber Grant. Gwen Stacy. Bernie the Cab Driver. Daredevil. The Punisher. Carnage. Mysterio. Black Cat. Ben Urich. And Robbie Robertson. So that's the set so far. I hope you enjoyed this second part to the build, and I hope you will return tomorrow for the third part at 9 p.m. Central U.S. time. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.